Today, I'm going to be reviewing the 2020 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4. I'm going to be walking you around the exterior, showing you through the interior, and giving you a driving review of the GMC Sierra. So let's hop right into the video. American trucks are known to be big, and the GMC Sierra is no exception. This thing is absolutely massive, to the point where if anyone saw you driving this thing, they'd probably think you're overcompensating for something, so keep that in mind. Moving on, you have these sharp design LED headlights, which look really nice. This matte gray looking grille with the massive GMC logo. You even have your front camera system up here too. These big red tow hooks, since this is the AT4, you get some off-road features added to it like that. And that's on top of this gloss black trim piece down here. I also really do like the look of the red metallic paint. I'm going to flash the name of it up on the screen because I can't exactly remember it off the top of my head right now. But moving over to the side, you have these 19-inch aluminum wheels with an aluminum facing and black pockets in the side. Of course, a 6.2 liter V8 badge right here because that is the top engine option for this trim level. Another AT4 badge on the side with these stationary side steps right there, and basically the same thing in the back. I do like the rims. They look nice on this truck. Coming to the back, you do have these steps right here just in case you need to quickly get up here and grab anything out of the bed. LED tail lights, massive GMC logo on the back. It's like they're bragging, with a massive Sierra badge and the AT4 thing down there. You have your trailer connections right here for power, your tow hook, and folding this large behemoth of a bed down. You have this little workspace right here, which you see a lot in the Chevy commercials. They brag about having this thing. And then if you press the bottom button, you get the whole tailgate to fall down. So for GMC to avoid a lawsuit when an old lady decides to climb up into the bed of a truck and try to get up here, they make it so it has a step. You just press the top button there, and then you can fold down this little step. And from there, you also have this bar to help you get up on top. You see this a lot in the Ford trucks as well, but it makes it so it's super easy to get into the bed, and it's also super easy to put away. You just pull this lever right here to put this bar back down, hop down, step up, and fold the rest of that up. It's a little heavy, but whatever. You also have these chrome exhaust tips down here. You know, it has a lot of black accents on it, but I think the chrome just adds a little more of that flair to the outside of the truck, and I really do like it. And let's hop into the interior of the Sierra. Alrighty, jumping in here. This is very much a GM product. You have a good digital gauge cluster in front of you. It's not really digital, it's half digital. You got analog gauges there. It shows you plenty of information like your fuel economy, towing status, things like that. You also have a nice leather wrapped steering wheel right here with all your controls on it. You do get a heated steering wheel button on here, and I'm looking at you, Ford, when I say don't put it in the infotainment system. It's annoying to go after. You also have all your transfer case modes over here with your 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high, stuff like that, and towing modes over here, your drive modes. And then you have your trailer brake settings over here. You do get dual zone climate control on this car. This one has been equipped with the heated and cooled seats. Something I don't like about this vehicle compared to the other brands is the fact that you only get this small 8-inch touchscreen running the Chevy infotainment system or the GM infotainment system. It's not bad, and I get that this is about to go through a refresh, but I do feel like it is now a competitor to the newer vehicles. It hasn't changed. I do feel like this is now small compared to what its competitors are offering. But you do get plenty of connectivity up here. You get a USB Type-C, USB Type-A, 12-volt socket, 220-watt wall outlet, and then you come in here, another USB Type-C, another USB Type-A, and an auxiliary port. You also have wireless charging down here, and 2 decently sized cup holders where you can fit any bottles that you like. As for storage, like I said, you have that stuff in the center console, and then you have a pretty deep center console. More storage, you have an upper glove box area and a lower glove box area. And then for the gear shifter, it's a column, and your parking brakes over here on this side. Now, sitting up front in the seats, I do feel like compared to the back seats and compared to its competitors, the seats do feel a little stiff, and driving up here about a 45-minute drive, my back did start hurting a little. They are nice looking with the brown accents and brown stitching, but they are a little stiff. As for the infotainment in this system, you do get Chevy MyLink, which is pretty responsive and has plenty of apps on it. You get Amazon Alexa, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, Bluetooth audio, stupid stuff like that. But it is really responsive, and I do like it. I just wish it was on a larger screen. It's kind of small. When you play music through this infotainment system, you do get it out of a Bose audio system. And when we were driving up here, we thought it sounded pretty good when we were bumping some tunes. Pretty bassy, pretty trebly. I don't know much about music, I just know a lot about cars. So, other accents in here, you get chrome accents around the grills and everything. And then down here, this little tread plate right here, it says AT4 on it in black and chrome font, which is pretty snazzy. On top of that, you also get AT4 stitching and embroidering on the headrest of the seat. And like I said, you have the brown contrast stitching and brown leather accents in the seats as well. The door bins are also pretty large enough to fit a Rockstar can that used to be in the door bin, but they are large enough to fit a Rockstar can or a medium-sized water bottle. Just drop that right in there. You also have some nice textured looking plastic on the side, so it's just not all boring and black, and you get the same thing in the back as well, so that's pretty nice. Like I said, since this is a truck, you also run into some cheaper plastics as well, including the door handle, which doesn't feel the highest of quality, and then you also have some cheaper plastics around the buttons and the infotainment system. But that's fine. It's an American truck, and if I say it's bad, all of you are going to come after me. They have a bunch of buttons down here too. Lane keep assist options right here, parking sensors, auto off start, which surprisingly that never turned on and off the truck. You can also electronically fold the bed down back here, the tailgate, and then you have hill descent control stuff. And this is how you turn on the outlet in the bed of the truck. You also have a sunroof up here that is powered, home link, your map lights, everything like that, essentials. But you also have a powered rear window that you can open up whenever you would like. I don't know why you'd ever be opening that, but we can go ahead and move on to the rear of the vehicle. All right, sitting in the back, like I said, the seats back here are very much more comfortable than the seats up front, but the back is still a little stiff, but your bum has a little more squidginess to it. Heated seats back here, 12-volt socket. You have a USB Type-C and a USB Type-A. Plenty of space in the backseat pockets. We even managed to fit a laptop back here, so that's a good thing. Plenty of knee room, just like any American truck, and plenty of headroom as well. Materials back here, you have some soft touch stuff, but there is a little scratchiness. And this thing retails for about $60,000. It's understandable. It's a truck. It's not meant to have super nice materials. It's meant to be practical and a little bit comfortable for longer road trips and everything like that. But yeah, back seats are pretty nice. I could survive back here for a couple hours without needing to get out and stretch my back at one of those gas stations on the lonely highway. So, yeah. Alrighty, so driving the GMC Sierra 1500 AT4. Let's get going. I'm in neutral. Now I'm in drive. First thing I gotta say is it's got a lot of pickup and the throttle response is pretty good, but that means your gas mileage kind of sucks. I reset the gas mileage and am getting 15.3 average now, but beforehand, when we first picked up the truck, it was getting 9.3 miles per gallon, which makes sense. It's a V8, it's a pretty heavy pickup truck, and that's fine. But you do get a lot of acceleration out of it, which is really nice. It's in four-wheel auto right now, so it's using all four wheels to drive the truck forward. Included in the AT4 package, this also has 2 extra inches of ground clearance over other trim levels, which is nice. It gives the truck a beefier and taller look. Like I said, it's not the most comfortable seating in the world, but the ride is pretty smooth and it goes over bumps pretty simply. Though sometimes I do notice a tiny bit of a jitter going over larger bumps. It feels like the truck's kind of rocking back and forth all crazy, like it's had too much coffee in the morning. But visibility is good out of this. I'd say the F-150 has better visibility than this has, though with the all black interior, including the headliner, and since these windows are tinted, it does make the cabin of this thing feel a little claustrophobic over other vehicles. Maybe if the headliner was a beige instead, or the windows weren't tinted. If you open the sunroof, it helps a little bit with that, but this does feel a little bit claustrophobic. Body roll and pitch are not that bad. If you hit the brakes, you don't get thrown forward super hard or into the steering wheel and set the airbags off and have a huge fiasco. Body roll is a little bit worse, but the suspension does a good job of handling that. It's a pretty nice truck to drive. It tows 9,200 pounds if you're interested, and it has a 7,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, which means you can haul a good amount of things in this. I like the digital gauges for the fuel and the engine temperature and the battery voltage everything like that as well. It is very HD, high definition screen in the center that tells you all the information you need to know. The infotainment system is easy enough to reach up here, but you do have to lean forward a tiny bit, which can be kind of annoying. You have to take your eyes off the road. That is what I like about the German infotainment systems, even in their SUVs and stuff like that. They do have it. You have this turn dial down here. You can access it through the steering wheel, which is a little nicer. I'm going to test out this body roll and some power right here on this turn. Body rolls pretty much expected for a truck this size, but you put your foot about halfway down like I am right now. It gets up, revs that large 6.2 liter V8 out, and you get plenty of power. And you get from 0 to 60 in this thing decently quick. Steering is light at low speeds and very tight at higher speeds, as it should be for aided performance going around turns and safety. So I do like the way it drives, other than the little jitters and the claustrophobic feeling cabin. Other than that, it drives very well. I will say the towing capacity seems a little low compared to its competitors, but other than that, that's the only real issue I see out of it, is its towing capabilities. Another nice thing about being in these large American pickup trucks is that you do feel very substantial in these vehicles versus a regular car where you do feel kind of small. You feel really substantial and really confident in these, and that's probably why a lot of pickup owners drive like a bunch of hooligans, is because you do feel very, oh look, a Lamborghini Huracan. Anyways, you do feel very significant in this truck, very substantial to other cars on the road, so you do have a lot of that confidence that this truck gives you. So that is the 2020 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4. Drop in the comments below what you think of this truck. I think it's all right. I think it needs an update on the interior compared to its competitors, but the exterior looks really good, and it's sitting out here in this environment like this. Kind of feels like home. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button down below, and if you want to see more from us, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I'll know if you don't. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video.